Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope you guys all had a fantastic New Year's. We are now in 2025. So, I was going to wait and have my first review of the year be The Wolfman. I mean, I always say I love werewolves. I'm really hoping this movie is going to be good. My hopes aren't very high. It's Blumhouse and, there's a lot of other factors in it that I'm not really digging. But I did want that to be my first review. But then I saw that there's this other horror movie coming out called The Damned. So I figured, you know what, I should check this out. I mean, it's 2025, the year just started. Hopefully it's a good movie and it kicks the year off on a high note. I mean, last year's horror movies were kind of like, lackluster here and there. So I was like, let's give it a shot. It seemed pretty cool. Dealt with snow, we're in the winter. It seemed perfect setting. So I figured, why not? A lot of the actors I actually realized I recognized. There's Joe Cole, who was one of the characters in Peaky Blinders, and then also Turlo Convery, who was the burly dude in the Netflix Resident Evil series, even though the show sucked. And then the lead actress, Odessa Young, I'm not sure what I've seen her in, but I think she just looks like a bunch of other blonde actresses like that I just thought might have been her. But yeah, the Damned followed this character Ava, who works on this. She's a widow that manages this fishing outpost, right out in the Arctic somewhere, and she has this crew of men that are coming to like fish, and I don't know if I'm not really sure. I forget if they like live there or if they just work there or what. But it's like a team of men that go out and fish, for food for their town. So yeah, I think they do live there, but one of the, they're pretty much low on food. This winter is really bad. It's snowing, everything's frozen, and one morning when they're gonna go out to fish, they end up seeing this ship out. On the, I guess there's like rocks that surround the bay area that they're at, and the ship should never be. You should never have a ship get too close to it. And it turns out they see this ship out there that's literally going down. Like right, the ship probably hits something or got ruptured somehow and the ship sinks and all of the crew perishes. So she decides, to not help. That was like the main dilemma of them was, do we go help these men? Do we let them die? We're watching them fall to their fate go to their fate pretty much. And they all decide to just let them die. And they end up going out to, find, supplies, see what might have been left over from the wreckage. I mean, it's probably -degree water, so no one would have survived that. But it turns out there was a survivor, and he tries to get on the boat to like get, he wants help. And they end up smacking him in the face with like a axe, right? One of them smacks him in the face with this axe and kill him. And pretty much putting a curse on everybody, on this little community of individuals. That's why I say they don't really explain like where their families are, but their families are definitely, I guess, near-ish, I guess maybe we'll say like a couple days journey. I don't know. But so the movie pretty much follows these men and the widow dealing with this curse now that has been laid upon them called I think it's called the Drogul. I'm not sure what the lore of it is, but it's just like, we'll just say it's like a sea demon, right? Of the souls of the men that have perished. And it just slowly starts driving everyone mad and making people fight each other, saying that, people like all the fish they captured that they caught like disappears, and so now they're like, gonna go hungry. They're wondering like why their supplies are dwindling faster. Like I said, just a lot of the men start going mad, start talking in their sleep, all this stuff. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it had such a good premise. Like it had the atmosphere and the tension was very cool. I mean, like I said, the setting was great, the acting was great. It was definitely very good cinema, right? Like the way it was directed and shot, it was a lot of fun. But it turns out that this curse, even though it's killing everybody, it's like, is it a curse? Is it not? Is it all just in their heads? Is this just some fairy tale or folklore that they're believing, that they're just putting, in place of just a misunderstanding and, I guess maybe fatigue and just living on this, this ice block? I mean, there's a lot of things that could be, setting in the whole factor of paranoia, but it setting in with that factor. But it's just, they don't really explain that much of like what else is going on with these people. But so anyway, as many as people just start dying left and right, it turns out that, this Drogul starts revealing itself. It's this like, this figure in black that's like dripping with water, and his face is all disfigured because of the axe blow. And they're all the woman Eve tries to, she wants to break this curse, and or she wants her and the remaining survivors to leave because she doesn't, she doesn't want to succumb to the fate of this creature. So I mean, like I said, it wasn't really that intriguing of a film. I thought it was going to be better, but it's still, I guess, a fun watch for the sake of, like I said, how it's shot and the atmosphere and the tone of the film. But, spoiler alerts, here we go. Man, the ending of the movie was like bullshit, right? It ended like as like a slap to the face, because it turns out that there was no creature, there was no demon, there was no spirit. They were literally all paranoid. Maybe schizophrenia was coming upon them somehow, but it turns out that there actually was a survivor from that ship, and that he actually did eat like all the fish that they captured for whatever reason, or he tried to like take it and wasn't able to. He might have actually killed one person in particular of their group, one of the older women that was there, and then it turns out that at the end, the Ava sees him, but she sees him as this demon, this creature, so she kills him, when in reality he was trying to like ask for help, and he was speaking in a foreign language, whatever it is that they speak, he didn't, and vice versa, and she ends up killing him and, setting his body on fire, thinking that he's this demon, when in reality he's just this man that was like begging for help and begging for his life. And at the end of the movie, like when she thinks she sets this demon on fire, she's sitting there watching the little cottage burn ablaze with his body in it. And then she starts having like a flashback of what happened actually, and she realizes that she actually killed this innocent man. And then the movie just kind of ends. Like, it's just, there's just so many like plot holes and things that happen that are like, wait, so you're telling me this was one guy like that did, like this lone survivor made all this happen, and everyone else just was paranoid, and let fear and paranoia get the better of them, to the point where they not only like attacked and hurt each other, but in the end they ended up just like realizing like, oh wait, we made him, like she was, I made a mistake. I actually killed a real person. It didn't make any sense. Like it was the ending was very, it just ends. Like really, like this poor guy, like you just literally killed this poor dude. Like it voids out the entire film. The ending voids out the entire film. Like it just was not cool. Like why? Like I would have rather it been some type of demon. I would have rather her have killed one of the surviving members, thinking he was the demon. Versus just this random poor soul that survived negative degree water of his ship capsizing and his crew dying and being able to swim all the way to shore. I mean, it was just like, what the heck, really? And then he dies. Like she shoots him. Like that's just fucked up. I mean, I guess, like I said, it is sad for him, but for the film's sake, it just kind of ruined the film. It really did ruin the film for me. And, I was let down. I was very, very genuinely let down, because there could have been so many different ways the film could have ended that would have been so much better. I would have even rather everyone just died. I would have rather everyone died and like the creature actually been a creature or a demon and killed everybody. Or I would have rather everyone died and then the guy actually like surviving, like, when he's trying to stop her from killing him, and then she thinks he's the spirit, and then when he kills her and she starts getting like regaining consciousness and coming back to reality, she realizes, oh no, this poor man was trying to fight for his life, and it was either me or him, and he bested me. Like that would have even been cool, but as a whole, it's just like I didn't, the ending ruined the entire movie for me, and it was just so unfortunate, because like I said, I was hoping for it to be a good start to the year, right? Start off good with these horror films or these thriller horror films, whatever. Like I said, the setting and everything was perfect. It just like, why did they fumble at the very, very end? It's just like, dang. It's like, in football when they're about to kick the goal and they're right in front of the goal and then they kick and they miss. It's just like, how do you miss? You were right there. But I should have just waited, right? I should have just waited and watched Wolfman, but I feel like that might be disappointing too. And, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy. It's just, I do love horror movies, and I love a good story, and I love a good ending, and I love a good, beginning and middle, but like, if the ending is like not good, it just like what, why? And if you have so many avenues you can go and have it end on, why choose the worst and the weakest one? Because this was definitely the weakest ending of this film that could have been. I feel like there were different drafts and they were like, nah, this is it. This is a good one. We'll just have it be, the guy survived and it turns out she shot him because she thought he was like a spirit. And it turns out he wasn't. She was just hallucinating and like paranoid, So yeah, I don't know. I would definitely say watch it for yourself, see what you think. I mean, I would give this movie easily like a 4, maybe a 5 because like I said, it was good until the end. All the actors did great. The story itself was awesome and interesting. I mean, if you saw people fall like, succumbing to their fate, but you really couldn't do anything, like, what do you do, There's nothing really you can do, especially if you're barely surviving yourself in the conditions that you're in, But yeah, check it out for yourself if you choose. I definitely think this will be streaming sooner than later, But yeah, The Damned, check it out. But this has been Ghost and Craig. Thanks so much for tuning in. Happy New Year, everybody. Like I said, I can't wait for The Wolfman to come out. Hopefully Blumhouse doesn't screw it up, but, fingers crossed. You guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Peace.